Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Julie from Living Large on Lifetime, and today I'm actually doing a meal prep video. Yay! I finally have time to do some meal prep. So I actually only have 4 days of work next week, obviously because of New Year's Day on Monday. So I have 4 days of work, and I already actually have one meal already made for work because it's from another meal prep that I did and I did not take with me, so it's been in the freezer. So I have one meal already made. I'm going to make 2 different salads, and then also going to make the Hungry Girl scoopable apple pie. So I'm not making a lot here, but I'll do a meal prep for you guys so you can see what I'm making. And I'm just gonna get it all ready, put it all in the jars so I can have it ready to go in the morning. I'll just grab and go. Okay, so I'm starting with the Hungry Girl scoopable apple pie. If you guys have not tried this recipe yet, you have to try it. It tastes so amazing. It's exactly like the inside of an apple pie, and it's really, really versatile, and most importantly is that it's 0, 0, 0 smart points. So we're going to start with 8 Gala apples. I use Gala apples because they're a little bit sweeter, and I do not use any sweetener at all in this recipe. So I start with 8 Gala apples, and then it calls for 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. All I've got is lime, so that's fine. I'm going to use lime juice. 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. I always use a little bit extra, so probably like 2 heaping teaspoons of cinnamon. And I think 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I usually use extra vanilla as well. And then the recipe also calls for a 1/4 cup of ground nutmeg, which I don't have, but I do have this ground cardamom. So, and I have a whole bottle to use, so I'm going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cardamom instead. So, and then basically we're just going to cook all of this in the slow cooker on, I can't remember if it's low or high, but I'll check. But we cook it in the slow cooker for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. So first step is I need to slice and peel all of the apples. When you do slice and peel the apples, don't make them too small because they'll break down faster and you'll get apple sauce instead of apple pie filling. So I'm going to start with the apples. Okay, so here are my apples, my sliced and peeled apples, and what I did is I did 4 of them at a time, and then I tossed those 4 with some lime juice, and then I did the other 4 and added them, and then tossed them all with a little more lime juice, so that way I could try and keep them as nice and bright as possible without them turning brown, because brown apples are yucky. So there are my 8 sliced and peeled apples and the lime juice, and then the rest of the ingredients are in here. You actually mix the rest of the ingredients with a cup of water, and then just pour it over. We're gonna stir it up, get all the spices out at the end there, and stir it up, and then we're going to cook this on high for 1.5 hours. And that already looks so yummy. Alright, so high 1.5 hours. That's it. Okay, so next I'm going to be making the chicken coleslaw and the chicken Waldorf salad. So what I have here is my grilled chicken breast, and this is chicken that Eddie actually did grill outside on the barbecue grill. So it is all 0 smart points. In this container I have 6 ounces of diced grilled chicken breast. I will be making 2 servings of the chicken coleslaw. So I have 6 ounces here, and then I have 3 ounces of chicken breast for the chicken Waldorf salad. Now I'm actually going to be making 1 serving for myself of the chicken Waldorf and 2 servings for myself of the chicken coleslaw. But the batch I'm going to be making is going to make more than that, and then I'm going to take some out before I add the mayonnaise for Eddie's mom, so she can add her own mayonnaise. So what's actually going to be going in each portion is going to be less than 3 ounces of chicken, if that makes sense. So I'm going to start with the chicken coleslaw. Okay, this is going to be really, really basic and really, really simple, because if you watch my channel at all, you know that I don't cook. I don't like to cook, so whatever I do is going to be really, really easy. So there is my chicken for the chicken coleslaw, and then we are just going to basically add a bag of coleslaw mix. I don't know if I'll use the whole bag. I'm going to use some shredded matchstick carrots. And then my dressing is going to be a tablespoon of the Banquet Light mayonnaise per serving. That is 1 tablespoon for 0 smart points. And then a tablespoon per serving of the Greek yogurt, which is also 0 smart points. If you want to add more points to your coleslaw, you can add things like slivered almonds and some raisins or some dried cranberries. So I'm not going to add any of that. You know what, now I just talked myself into adding some fresh cranberries for 0 smart points. So I think I'm actually going to add fresh cranberries to both of the salads because I really like them. You may not like the tartness, so don't add them if you don't like the tartness, or just do dried cranberries. So let me get started here. Okay, look how good and creamy that looks. It looks so good, and the cranberries just add nice extra color and texture and flavor. I actually did end up dicing more chicken breast so that each serving will have about 3 ounces of chicken breast because I want there to be enough protein that this is really filling as a lunch. So all of this is completely 0 smart points. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the jars now. Okay, so there's my 2 servings in the jars. You can see it made 2 pretty good sized servings, and both of these are 0 smart points each. So the reason I use the jars is 2 reasons actually. Number 1, because I take my food back and forth to work. These jars with the metal lids do not leak. They do not leak, so I love that. And then also because the seal is so good on the jars, the food actually really does stay fresher for a lot longer. So I am sold on the jars. I have a few different sizes. You can get these at Target or Walmart, and they're pretty inexpensive. They come, I believe, in sets of 4 if you just want to buy a few. So they're a really good investment, and I'm so glad I got mine. I actually have a ton of them, so I need to use them more. So there is my chicken coleslaw for 0 smart points. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to make today is a chicken Waldorf salad. So here is the grilled chicken. I did add to this, so there's probably about 5 ounces, and I'm making 2 servings. One will be for my lunch and one will be for my mother-in-law, and I'm going to just take hers out and add a different mayonnaise. So there's the diced chicken, and then when I make Waldorf salad I always use green apples. So I just realized that I forgot to buy celery, so this Waldorf salad may or may not have celery, but I'm going to start by dicing up the apples. And for Waldorf salad, I do always leave the skin on. And then also I just wanted to mention that for my lunches, one thing that I try to do to help make things a little bit easier is I try to do a theme. So for one week, all of my lunches might be all salads. Like this week, they're all salads. Another week, they might all be wraps, or another week, it's all breakfast. So I try to make some sort of a theme so that I'm still not eating the same thing every single day, because I do like variety, but I can still make the meal prep as easy as possible, because, for example, with breakfast, a lot of breakfasts use the same foods. So I just try to do one sort of central theme for my lunch all week. Okay, there are my diced apples, and what I did with these apples also is I added a little bit of lime juice and just tossed them in the lime juice to prevent them from browning. So now I'm going to add the little bit of celery I found. I'm going to add the chicken, and I'm going to add cranberries to this salad as well. All of the things I'm adding in the salad overall is going to be 0 smart points. If you want to add points to your salad, to this one you can also add things like slivered almonds and dried cranberries and raisins and other fresh fruits, even if you want to add more fruit. So I'm just going to add those things, and then again my dressing base is going to be 1 tablespoon of the 1 tablespoon of the Banquet Light mayonnaise, which is 0 smart points, and then probably 1 to 2 tablespoons of the non-fat yogurt, which is also 0 smart points. So I'm going to put all these ingredients together and show you what that looks like. Okay, so there is my chicken Waldorf salad, and you guys probably think I'm crazy, but I think those cranberries look so delicious in there. And one thing I also forgot to buy, which I always love in my Waldorf salad, is grapes. So I don't know why or how I forgot to buy them, but I usually have tons of grapes in my Waldorf chicken salad too. But anyway, here is my Waldorf chicken salad, and now I'm gonna put it in the jar. Okay, so that one made a little more than expected. So I have a jar for my lunch, and then I have a little bit that I'll probably have with my dinner at some point this week. So there is my chicken Waldorf salad all ready to go. Okay, it's been an hour and a half, and here is our scoopable apple pie. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. It smells amazing. And I mean, you guys, this is like exactly what is in the center of an apple pie. It looks the same, it tastes the same, it's absolutely heavenly. You can do so much with this mix. You can eat it as is, which is what I do most of the time. You can top it with Cool Whip or Ready Whip. You can stir it into your fat-free yogurt. It's 0 points, so I mean, whatever you do with it, yeah, all you have to do is count whatever, you know, anything that you're going to actually add to it. So you can top things with it, like some sort of a pound cake, or just, you know, the possibilities are endless. So I love this stuff. Anyway, I am going to get it jarred up, and then we're almost done with meal prep. Okay guys, so here is everything I'm taking to work next week for my lunches. I actually have 4 days of work next week, but I have one meal that I have already planned. It's in the freezer. So here is 3 days worth of lunches plus 4 days worth of the snack I'm going to eat with my lunch. So here is all of my scoopable apple pie containers. So that I will be having with each of my lunches. And then here is 2 servings of the chicken coleslaw salad, 0 smart points. And then here is my last serving of the chicken Waldorf salad. So 1 serving for lunch, and then I also have like a little bonus serving for dinner at some point this week. So there's my 3 lunches, and there's my 4 snacks that I'm going to actually eat with my lunches. So it's part of my lunches. So I am just going to put all of these in the refrigerator, and then in the morning all I have to do is grab and go. So that's it guys, everything is 0 smart points. If you have any questions on the recipes or any alterations, go ahead and ask me in the comments, and I'll see you next time for the next Meal Prep Sunday.